Hello and welcome to the C Group Podcast. We're glad you could join us. And Albert has a wonderful question because we decided that we wanted to do something about questions that make you think. That's what we have decided to do today. But actually a question in particular that makes you think. So this might be a series, but we're gonna start the ball rolling with one of Albert's questions.
Yeah.
So Albert, take it away.
Thank you so much, Carla. I appreciate that. Biggest thing I was thinking about is what would you like to do on your bucket list that you haven't done yet? You know, that one thing that you really would like to do and you say, well, I haven't done this yet. Because I have a bucket list, it's almost 300 different things. Yeah, and I've done a lot of it, not all of it. The one thing I would like to do at this time, when I can do it, is build me a new house.
Okay.
To what I'd like.
Let's see, that's cool.
Yeah. So what would you like, Carla?
Well, I call my list a life list, and I've done a few things on. I've done quite a few things on there, but I have two that I really want to do. I haven't decided which that I really want. One is to spend a week in New York and just watch some great plays and musicals, and just spend that whole week doing that, or spend 2 weeks at the Smithsonian in Washington and just go through the various museums. I'll never really see everything, but try to take in as much as I can from all the museums that are there, especially the Black History one.
That's the only thing I would like to see. The rest of it, I'm not doing. If Andrea goes with me, it's going to be a fun time. Because I asked her, I said, what do you want to do? We go to New York. She said, shop. I said, what about? No, shop. I said, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Shop. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
She's happy. I'm happy.
Happy wife, happy life. Okay, I got you.
Norman, what's on your list?
Get a list.
So you don't have any type of list.
I don't even have a bucket.
Don't kick it if you do.
Oh, so okay. Here's my question.
I like that.
That's funny. Here's my question. What are some of the things that you want to do that you haven't done before?
Can I suggest one?
Oh.
Sure.
New car?
Oh! Okay. Don't diss
There's a
the
reason
car.
for that.
Don't diss the car.
Yeah.
That car has character.
We love
It has
that
personality.
car. We love that
It has
car.
character and personality. Some funny stories, which we will not talk about, but it has character and has personality.
Don't tell
a
the
lot of
car.
personality. Don't tell the car because,
There's a reason.
there's a reason for that.
What'd you say, Norman? I'm sorry. We interrupted.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know, we started talking about the worthless car. I mean, the car.
Oh.
And I forgot everything else we started talking about.
Don't talk about the sweet car.
I don't have a sweet car.
Okay.
There we go.
What? You know what? As long as it gets you where you need to go, I say that's good. Until you get what you want, it gets you where you need to go.
Don't do that half the time.
Okay. Well, other than a car, what would you like to have on? He says bucket list. I say life list. What would you like to do that you haven't done?
Get a new car.
Dude.
I mean, it would be a nice thing to go and open up the door. Put the keys in the keys.
See, he's gonna
actually
tell
work.
you. He's gonna tell you what's
Open
going
up the door. You get there and you sit in the driver's seat. Close the door. Put the key in the ignition and turn it, and it starts up.
Well-
See, all those things happen with my car, except for the last part.
Well, you know my favorite thing about his car? I think something's wrong with the car if you open the passenger side and the alarm doesn't go off.
Right.
Because if the alarm doesn't go off, I'm like, what's wrong?
Right.
And I'm not talking about opening the driver's side. I'm not opening the passenger side. And if the loudest security alarm goes off, and I think something's wrong with the car if it doesn't happen.
And Carla, you forgot one thing.
What?
Even though we opened our doors, when he opens his door, the alarm goes off.
Oh yeah. That too.
That's gonna be.
That too. He can put the key in and unlock it, And then when we open it, it goes off. Or he can put the key in and open his and it goes off. You just don't know. It's a surprise every time.
Temperamental.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Marcus?
It's like a jack in the car instead of a jack in the box.
Yeah. Marcus, producer, do you have anything that you
Yes.
like to do?
My bucket list is to stop shopping.
Oh,
Real?
Yes.
to
You shop a
stop
lot?
shopping.
I don't shop a lot now, so I'm kind of there.
He's
but
getting there, kind of.
I'm still a consumer. It's like, if I see something, if I have the money, I'm going to get it.
See, I'm not one of those people. I either figure out what the cost is and save for it, or I'm like an accountant. I will literally go through everything to see how that works out within my budget.
Right.
Yeah.
I got into a lot of credit card debt.
Ooh, okay.
So
I got you.
I had to kind of stop, and then I'm starting to see that I didn't really need some of this stuff. Some of
Okay.
this stuff is to, I guess, show off for other people
Oh,
for validation. So that'll be one of my bucket lists, because that's hard. It's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to not spend money because I got a family of people.
Right.
yeah, I
That's
got
hard
you.
thing.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to cut yourself off all the time
Yeah.
either. So it's just finding a good spending habit for myself.
So,
And if I had to
Okay.
choose something to go somewhere, it would probably be either some country in Africa or
Oh, that's nice.
one of the like Vietnam or
okay, sounds interesting.
That's
or
cool.
one of those type countries. I want to
Okay.
go where people like black people or
Okay, no, I got you. I got you. So you're not one of those, but I need that bejeweled toaster.
I used to be.
Oh my gosh. I once paid, I think that's what broke me. I remember I once paid $8 for toothpaste. Spoiler alert.
What kind of
It was
toothpaste?
it was just this basic peppermint toothpaste, but it was $8. I didn't see anything special about it, still don't. And I was
Ask your
like,
wallet.
well, what it was it was my first job out of college, and I was first paycheck. First paycheck. I decided to buy toothpaste, and I go $8. I got a job, $8 toothpaste, and then I'm like, what does this do? And it's supposed to whiten and brighten and do all that kind of stuff, and it did nothing. I didn't see any difference from that and regular toothpaste. So I did it once and I was done.
Did you see people looking at you a little funny? Like you had a sign on your head, in the shape of a lollipop?
No, because
Like
where
you
I bought it
said,
from,
sucker.
no, because where I bought it from, I think people were going, oh, she got money. So,
Can I just say to the ceilings, overconsumption makes you have to work a job you don't like.
that's pretty much,
True.
that's pretty much.
So you're in chains.
And yeah.
If you overconsume, if you at a job you don't like, you might want to save and get it so you can get out of it.
So, $8 toothpaste. I can still do it if I wanted to, but why? It doesn't do as well as the other stuff that I use. So I'm like, but yeah, that was, how people say, how do you know you've made it? You do whatever. And when I got my first paycheck, I bought $8 toothpaste. So there. So,
And then reality set in?
no, I still had money, but it was, but I was like, I wasted $8 on toothpaste. So that's what got me.
Interesting.
But if it's something I really want, I do weigh the cost, but I'll do it. You know what I mean? I give myself an allowance.
Do you guys have a bucket list show that you would like to do? Perform?
Ooh, a bucket list show. Or life list, as I like
Or
to say.
life list?
Oh.
Well, okay, bucket list show. Oh, that's a good one.
Like Jimmy Kimmel?
Or like
I'd love to go on
Kimmel,
Jimmy
or is it
Kimmel.
like
It'd be fun.
100,000 people to perform in front of? Or?
Well, I performed in front of, biggest crowd I think I had was close to 25,000 people.
Okay, mine was
Yeah,
less than
thank you.
that.
Yeah.
25.
I think mine was-
25. It might have been more than that because I was over in a little place called Utrecht. It was the 25th Blues anniversary. And we played for the VIPs first. And I didn't realize the guy I was playing with Johnny Drummer and the Starlighters.
Oh,
He was
okay.
big in the 50s. And I didn't realize we were coming to play on this stage. And when we came out there, I went, Wow. That's the biggest crowd I ever played for. It had to be 25, 30,000 people. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Does it change your performance to perform in front of that many people? Like, do you got to play louder or perform harder, or is it like a different type of show?
Well,
For
the audience response made you feel better.
Always.
Because you get energy from the
Yep.
from the response. you know.
Always.
The only thing I can say is that first thing was first. I was nervous as I don't know what. The other guitar player sounded ridiculously good, and I'm going, oh man, you want me to solo after that? Oh God, I couldn't think of nothing, so I just threw my guitar up on my head and went like this.
Oh, so
And
you're
everybody
okay.
went, whoa! And then I said, oh, that ain't it. And I put my
You-
guitar like this and started eating it and then licking on my tongue on the guitar, and
He rose to the
everybody
occasion.
stood up. And I started cracking up. My guy said, the last time I'll take you on the show.
There you go.
Got
He
him.
said, I'm the star, not you. I laughed. I thought it was fun. He did
See.
use me a lot lot after that. We went to Canada, all over the place.
Yeah, oh, you got some very
it
good
was
tour
fun. It
stories.
was
Mine was thousands. Mine was not as big as yours.
1,000 is a lot.
It was over
That's a lot of
1,000, but
people.
it wasn't as big as his. But yours, Norman, what was your big thing? And you do feed off the audience.
Yeah.
You do
Do you
feed
get
off.
goosebumps, or is it like is it an energy that
It's
like,
energy.
It's an energy.
It's a
I
pulse.
become a different person.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it's I become a different
I'm on
person.
stage is
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, because I even told the band, I said, I apologize when I get on stage. I know we practice all this stuff, so be
Yeah.
prepared. I might change my mind, depends on how the audience is reacting on what
Yes.
song we do next.
Yeah.
So what do? Do they know how to? They is it kind of riffing off you? Or like-
They riff often
See.
because they know that I'm even though we have, one guy used to get excited because he used to keep a list for me, and we go one song to the next song. He would literally do it. And the first time I did that, he went, "What you doing?" I said, "We gonna do this." And I went into it, and he went,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, yeah, cool." And we started playing, the whole audience went again. And I told him, I said, I felt it, I gotta go with it.
See.
So that's why I did it.
Okay.
It worked good. I enjoy myself.
See, and Norman's been my accompanist for years,
Yeah.
years. And so we work
Since
so
you was
well
a baby.
together. when we do a song, if I switch up, he goes with me. If he switches up, I go with him. So we
okay.
are very in sync about that stuff.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
So we're able to, because we did what was it? We did something, and I forgot where we were singing at. And Mary, did you know? And we didn't rehearse it either. And he wound up going back into the first verse, but I knew where he was going, and so I just went with it.
Okay. And you
And
went
then-
back to the first verse. Too.
And went back to the verse first, but I knew where he was going with it. And then when I wound up switching it up towards the middle and really getting into the zenith of the song, he went with me.
Okay.
So that's cool. I love that. I love that.
That's teamwork, right?
Yeah,
Teamwork,
and then you
that's right.
literally, because I came out of the audience with the microphone. It was all really cool. I came out of the audience with the microphone and stuff, and people just really loved it, and that was great. And I love that song anyway.
Okay.
And that was great. So yeah, but it's
Okay.
great. It's one of the most, to sing in front of an audience, be it like private parties we've done and all that stuff. To sing in front of an audience and you feel their vibe,
Yeah.
and they're with you and all that stuff. It is the most incredible experience.
Wow.
It really is.
Wow.
It's just great. It's like a drug. I'll be real with you.
Okay.
I've never done drugs, but it's but it's what people tell me.
So you were asking Norma, what's the biggest crowd he ever played?
Yes, and he has not answered me yet.
Come on, give it up.
I don't even remember.
You know, he's done so many of them, he
Yeah.
just doesn't
He's done a
remember.
lot of concerts.
Do you get nervous, or do you? How do you feel when you get the energy from the crowd, and does it make you play harder? Do you
Most of the time, I'm ready to faint.
really?
And I really don't get it because, you know, even when you
That's what I
said that
think.
I would have
before.
never got that from him.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I don't get it every time he says it. I don't get it because he's just that good. So, and then he does like a mashup of like classical pieces that he found a way to orchestrate it where it's all this mashup, these songs or spirituals or gospel songs, and it is amazing. And I don't get why he says that, you know, he's so nervous or whatever. Either that or the story you told us about your aunt, the music teacher, that might have something to do with it. You might have PTSD about that.
I still have nightmares about her.
That might be it. That might be the reason why.
He still loves her.
He still adores her. But like I said, being on stage though, once you do it, even if I'm nervous, which I generally am, once I'm up there, just a whole nother persona comes up.
Right.
Okay.
And that's it.
Do you got a name for it?
In the zone.
That's it. In the zone.
Do you have a name for that character?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I'm just in the zone.
Okay.
And I remember doing a Broadway piece, and I was just, and it didn't seem like they knew what I was doing because I did, you know, the beginning of it, and then once it got to the chorus. As I went into it, they were like, "Oh yeah, okay," and then I was like, "Okay." The funny thing is, I loved a line of the song. That was the funny thing because I learned the song in like 2 days, and I loved the line of the song. And you just keep it moving, you just keep it going. And then by the time I got to the chorus, I kind of had it. So by the time I did all the other stuff, and then I realized there was a long interlude. And I'm like, because I rehearsed, I really hadn't thought about it. And then I'm up there going, oh my, it's an interlude. So then I start adding stuff, and because once you really know what you're doing, you learn how to improvise.
Okay.
So I did a lot of that. I added some stuff in there. It was great. Okay. That's probably one of my favorite performances, even though I goofed it up. And I had allergies, so I just looked like I'd been hit with the truck. But but it still went well though.
Okay.
So.
What would be the C group? Bucket list, life list.
Oh yes.
Performance.
I know mine said performance or just anything.
We'll go anything, but go try performance too.
Okay, performance. Okay, Albert, you want to start? Somebody y'all still thinking?
I'm thinking. We're still thinking.
Okay.
Can't you see the smoke?
I prefer the light bulb over my head.
Okay.
So
You got an idea. We're working on the idea. It's still vague. It's vaporized.
I think performance, if a bucket list thing, I think would be to be Carnegie Hall.
Whoa.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, Carnegie Hall, and hosting a podcast with some of the greatest musicians ever. And then us joining them on one of their signature songs.
That'd be nice.
That would be mine.
That'd be nice.
That would be mine. Yep. See, I told you, light bulb, people.
We should ask the seedlings what would they like to see.
Right.
Yes. Right. Well, before we get to the smoke is still coming from them. Let us know what you'd like to see us do our big events. Okay, has the smoke cleared?
No. I was laughing because I was thinking about, I said that particular program and I forgot I played the United Center once.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was for a convention. That was ridiculous.
See, that's cool.
Forgot all about that.
Let's see, auditorium theater for me, the mayor's office, some other, huh?
Would you
I'd love to play for the White House.
What, are you gonna play for the White House? You said what that what?
Would you do a tiny desk?
I would love that. That would be fun.
What's a tiny desk?
Tiny desk concert. We could probably do one. What would we call it? We would call it small table. Small table. Desk? Tiny desk concert. Explain it, producer Marcus.
Tiny desk concert is when artists from every genre come to. It was the White House at first, but I don't know.
I think NPR does it.
NPR does it, but they're doing it in this little room. They have a concert in this small room like this room.
And there's a desk and everything.
With a crowd, with a desk, and they have live instruments, and they perform their most popular songs.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Because my two favorite that they've done, and there've been a lot of favorites, but Lion King was one, but my all-time favorite was Sesame Street when they did there. That was great. That was great.
Prince was on Sesame Street once.
Prince was on the Muppet Show. I love
a number of times.
The Muppet Show is one of my favorites. Prince being on the Muppet Show was one of my favorites. Yep. So has the smoke cleared, guys? Because we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wait, before y'all do that, okay, another thing.
Give it to him. She wouldn't do
Wait a minute. Another thing on my list in general for the podcast is for us to do something, a podcast either Universal or Disney.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Those,
like Disney.
yeah, Universal or Disney, and do a big podcast like that. So those are my two things for that.
Come see us at Comic-Con this year.
I love Comic-Con. I love it.
Yeah.
I thought Comic-Con was over. Has it started yet? All right. Okay. Well, the dust has not settled. The smoke is not cleared. They're still thinking about it. If they come up with an idea, I will put it down in the description box.
Thank you.
What they came up with.
Right down there.
But that's all from us from the C Group Podcast. Thank you all for joining us, and ponder your own questions. And as always, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.